The iconic rumble of Harley-Davidson has long symbolized freedom on the open road, and in 2025, Jochen Zeitz, the company's forward-looking CEO, made headlines by pulling back the curtain on 3 bold new motorcycle models slated for release in 2026. The announcement was more than a product reveal. It was a powerful signal that Harley-Davidson is embracing a radical evolution in its identity. With the return of the legendary Electra Glide and the unveiling of 2 all-electric reinventions of beloved models, the Sportster and the Fat Boy, Zeitz has positioned Harley-Davidson at the crossroads of heritage and high-tech ambition. Before we start, smash the like and subscribe buttons for more updates. The reintroduction of the Electra Glide, a bike steeped in Harley's rich touring legacy, arrives with a blend of nostalgia and reinvention. The model has long been cherished by long-haul riders for its comfort, commanding road presence, and the way it swallows up endless miles of asphalt with ease. The 2026 Electra Glide doesn't merely replicate the past, it reinterprets it. Built with a modern chassis, advanced ride control systems, and subtle styling nods to its classic roots, the new Glide will tap into the deep emotional reservoir that Harley riders associate with full-dress touring. The motorcycle retains its touring DNA, but it will come equipped with an updated V-twin engine optimized for reduced emissions and improved fuel efficiency, a signal that Harley understands the environmental pressures of the contemporary market without compromising its mechanical soul. Yet the even more revolutionary part of Zeitz's announcement centered on 2 all-electric bikes, the new Electric Sportster and Electric Fat Boy. These 2 motorcycles are not incremental updates, but represent a leap forward in Harley-Davidson's transformation strategy. Building on the experience the company gained from its Livewire brand, Harley's first full foray into electric mobility, the Electric Sportster and Fat Boy carry the emotional weight of their namesakes, but are engineered for a new generation of riders and roads. The Electric Sportster is particularly striking. Known historically as Harley's most accessible and nimble bike, the Sportster has appealed to newcomers and seasoned riders alike for decades. Its rebirth in electric form is perhaps the clearest statement yet that Harley-Davidson sees a future beyond internal combustion. The 2026 Electric Sportster promises instant torque delivery, dramatically reduced vibration, and whisper-quiet performance, all traits that sharply contrast the visceral throb of its gas-powered predecessors. Yet thanks to careful engineering, it reportedly retains the aggressive riding posture and streetwise stance that made the original so beloved. Advanced battery management systems, regenerative braking, and customizable ride modes aim to enhance control while extending range. It's designed for the urban warrior, the rider who wants heritage wrapped in cutting-edge performance. Even more audacious is the Electric Fat Boy. This is a motorcycle that once epitomized Harley's larger-than-life character. Big fenders, big presence, big sound. Turning the Fat Boy electric is a daring move. It's not just about updating a bike, it's about reimagining what a heavyweight cruiser can be in a world that's demanding quieter, cleaner alternatives. Zeitz's Fat Boy EV seeks to maintain the imposing silhouette of the original while using electric propulsion to unlock a new kind of muscularity. The electric drivetrain promises staggering off-the-line acceleration, redefining the concept of torque in a way no combustion engine could replicate. At the same time, the design team has reportedly leaned into the futuristic vibe, integrating LED lighting, a fully digital display, and aerospace-inspired cooling elements, all while ensuring the model remains unmistakably a Fat Boy at first glance. These 3 launches aren't just standalone models. They are strategic chess moves in Zeitz's larger vision to future-proof Harley-Davidson. The CEO has repeatedly emphasized the need to attract new demographics without alienating the loyal base. The 2026 lineup embodies this balancing act. The Electra Glide appeals to legacy riders who've logged thousands of miles in the saddle and see Harley as an extension of their identity. The Electric Sportster targets younger, urban riders who might otherwise look to startups or non-traditional brands for their first electric motorcycle. The Electric Fat Boy is the wild card. It dares to rewrite Harley's rulebook while preserving the bravado that has always set the brand apart. Electrification, of course, is no longer a novelty in the motorcycle world. Brands across Asia and Europe have already begun electrifying their fleets. But Harley-Davidson's pivot carries unique weight. For decades, the brand has sold not just machines, but a lifestyle rooted in rebellion, mechanical grit, and the romance of the open road. Transitioning such an emotionally loaded brand into the quiet realm of electric mobility is no small feat. Zeitz's gamble with these 2026 models is to make electric not only acceptable to Harley riders, but aspirational. He's betting that the essence of Harley-Davidson, its soul, not its sound, can survive the technological shift and even thrive within it. Critical to that ambition is design. All three 2026 bikes have reportedly undergone extensive aesthetic consideration. They needed to evoke lineage without appearing dated, to signal innovation without discarding legacy. The Electric Sportster, for example, plays with minimalist lines that nod to the cafe racer scene while incorporating aggressive detailing that sets it apart from anything else on the road. The Electra Glide balances comfort and authority with sleek bodywork and adaptive lighting systems designed to enhance safety on long night rides. The Electric Fat Boy remains a visual powerhouse, boasting broad tires, thick forks, and a stance that communicates dominance, even in silence. Equally important are the technological underpinnings of these bikes. Battery tech has evolved dramatically since Harley's early live-wire days, and the 2026 electric models benefit from next-gen battery chemistry offering longer range, faster charging, and improved thermal management. Harley-Davidson has partnered with multiple tech firms to fine-tune its electric powertrains, ensuring that each model delivers a unique performance profile tailored to its identity. The Sportster's setup emphasizes agility and responsiveness, while the Fat Boy's leans into brute strength and long-distance cruising ability. Both models will feature over-the-air updates, enabling riders to receive performance and feature enhancements long after purchase. An entirely new frontier for Harley. Connectivity also plays a larger role than ever before. The new models include integrated navigation, ride analytics, and real-time diagnostics, accessible via a dedicated mobile app. Riders can plan routes optimized for battery range, locate charging stations, and even adjust suspension settings on the fly. These features serve a dual purpose. They modernize the riding experience while gathering valuable usage data that can inform future product development. Harley is not merely selling bikes anymore. It's building a digital ecosystem around riding, one that invites more frequent data-driven interaction between rider and brand. Jochen Zeitz has made it clear that Harley-Davidson's path forward involves blending performance, sustainability, and digital engagement in ways that redefine the rider experience. The 2026 lineup is a tangible expression of that ethos. It's not just about launching new bikes, it's about asserting a new identity. By offering traditional combustion with the Electra Glide and pushing the boundaries with Electric Sportster and Fat Boy, Harley-Davidson is creating a layered approach to its transformation. The message is clear: change is not abandonment, it's evolution. What makes this transition particularly compelling is the way Harley has chosen not to erase its past, but to reinterpret it. The return of the Electra Glide demonstrates the company's respect for its history. The reinvention of the Sportster and Fat Boy in electric form underscores a commitment to future generations. It's a delicate balancing act, and one few legacy manufacturers have managed to perform successfully. But by making the leap with these three models, Harley-Davidson signals it is willing to risk tradition in order to remain relevant. The implications stretch far beyond the showroom floor. Harley-Davidson's embrace of electric propulsion and smart technology sends ripples through the entire motorcycle industry. As one of the most iconic brands in motorcycling, Harley's decisions often influence broader trends. Its 2026 models challenge rivals to respond, not just in terms of electric capability, but in narrative and brand evolution. This is about more than specs. It's about storytelling, legacy, and identity in a rapidly changing mobility landscape. As the motorcycle world watches closely, it's clear that Zeitz is crafting not only a new product lineup, but a new chapter in Harley-Davidson's saga. The 2026 Electra Glide, Electric Sportster, and Electric Fat Boy are more than machines. They are statements. Each carries its own narrative thread, one of preservation, one of transformation, one of daring reinvention. They invite different kinds of riders into the fold, uniting them under a broader, more inclusive vision of what Harley-Davidson can be. For decades, Harley-Davidson was synonymous with a very specific kind of American dream: loud, unapologetic, gas-fueled freedom. With these 2026 models, that dream is being reimagined. It's still about freedom, Still about connection to the road, but now with new tools, new aesthetics, and new values. The journey ahead might be quieter, but it is no less thrilling. In the months leading up to their release, anticipation will build not just among Harley loyalists, but also among those who never considered the brand part of their riding future. That, ultimately, is the goal. With the 2026 Electra Glide, Electric Sportster, and Electric Fat Boy, Jochen Zeitz isn't just launching motorcycles. He's inviting the world to witness Harley-Davidson's next great transformation, and if the buzz surrounding this reveal is any indication, that future is already humming to life. Harley-Davidson's 2026 lineup reveal, steered by CEO Jochen Zeitz, was not merely a moment of product unveiling, it was a tectonic shift reverberating across the motorcycling world. While the initial introduction of the Electra Glide, Electric Sportster, and Electric Fat Boy shook headlines and sparked widespread speculation, the implications beneath the surface are equally monumental. What Harley-Davidson is setting in motion goes far beyond design tweaks and model revivals. It represents a foundational re-engineering of purpose, culture, and connection with the global motorcycling audience. Behind the curtain of this reveal lies an industrial transformation deeply rooted in engineering ambition. Harley-Davidson's research and development centers, particularly those in Milwaukee and the innovation labs they've quietly built up in Silicon Valley and Europe, have been working toward this moment for years. The convergence of mechanical artistry and advanced computing has resulted in motorcycles that can no longer be solely defined by steel and rubber. These new machines embody an entire shift toward intelligent systems. Riders are now interacting with living machines that analyze, adapt, and respond to their behavior in real time. The Electric Sportster and Fat Boy models, for instance, are infused with predictive ride assist systems, a product of AI-based learning engines that analyze rider input and environmental conditions. These systems adjust power delivery, braking sensitivity, and even regenerative feedback on the fly, providing a bespoke riding experience. In contrast to the analog feel that Harley has traditionally prized, this new direction presents riders with a responsive, evolving interface that challenges old assumptions about what a Harley is supposed to feel like. This direction signals a philosophical pivot. Harley-Davidson is entering a space dominated by software-defined machines, where vehicle performance and behavior can be customized with a smartphone or through a firmware update. The implications are transformative. Riders now have access to downloadable performance maps, personalization settings for lighting and instrumentation, and even cloud-based ride tracking for performance metrics. The relationship between owner and motorcycle is shifting from a purely physical one to an increasingly digital intimacy, where riders can connect with their bike and other Harley owners through real-time networks. In building this digital backbone, Harley-Davidson has leaned into infrastructure partnerships that many may overlook. They've secured multi-continent agreements with fast-charging networks to ensure that the Electric Sportster and Fat Boy will not be hampered by the usual limitations faced by EV motorcycles. Unlike earlier electric attempts, range anxiety and charging logistics have been anticipated and mitigated through seamless integration between the bike's onboard system and third-party charging networks. Riders can now receive optimized charging routes, live station availability, and estimated recharging durations, features that were once the domain of high-end electric cars. A massive component of this future-facing transition is the onboarding of a new demographic cohort, younger riders from diverse urban areas who prioritize sustainability, technology, and lifestyle alignment over engine displacement and decibel levels. The branding strategy around these 2026 models leans heavily into this sensibility. Harley-Davidson is positioning itself less as a retro Americana brand and more as a premium mobility experience with deep cultural roots. The aesthetic of their marketing is changing as well, no longer only featuring rugged, middle-aged men on mountain roads, but instead showcasing multi-ethnic riders in cityscapes, multi-generational biker families, and female-led rides across global backdrops. By returning the Electra Glide with new refinements, Harley is also carefully nurturing its older demographic, those who've carried the brand through decades of loyalty. But even here, there is no standing still. The 2026 Electra Glide is equipped with semi-autonomous touring enhancements, adaptive cruise control, collision warning systems, lean-sensitive ABS, and tire pressure monitoring that feeds directly into the rider's heads-up display. These systems don't diminish the act of riding, They heighten it. They allow riders, particularly older ones, to ride longer and more safely, which reflects a key insight from Harley-Davidson's global rider research. People don't want to stop riding. They want to keep riding smarter. The reintroduction of these bikes also corresponds with a deeper change within the Harley-Davidson brand ecosystem, specifically in how motorcycles are sold and serviced. Dealerships are being overhauled to reflect a more immersive experience, one that resembles tech showrooms rather than conventional motorcycle shops. These spaces will now feature interactive simulators, VR-assisted bike customizations, and dedicated electric service bays equipped with diagnostic AIs. Harley isn't merely upgrading its hardware, it's rebuilding the environment in which that hardware lives. The investment in electric motorcycle education is another critical pillar of this shift. Harley-Davidson has already begun pilot programs with riding schools and urban mobility initiatives across the United States and Europe to introduce riders to the unique dynamics of electric riding. These programs are designed not just to promote safety, but to celebrate the new sensory experience of riding without the roar. Silence, once anathema to Harley culture, is now being repositioned as an asset, an opening into new modes of engagement with roads, nature, and the machine itself. The Electric Sportster and Fat Boy also represent a technological unshackling from internal combustion design limitations. Without needing to accommodate traditional engines, transmissions, and fuel tanks, Harley designers have explored new geometries and material technologies. Composite frames, adaptive aero elements, and active suspension units are being introduced, features previously unthinkable within Harley's historically conservative design ethos. The result is motorcycles that still exude raw presence, but are lighter, more balanced, and more versatile in both city traffic and open-road cruising. At the heart of this renaissance is Jochen Zeitz's uncompromising leadership philosophy. Since taking the helm, Zeitz has made it clear that Harley-Davidson cannot ride into the future on brand mythology alone. Strategic decisions, including the spin-off and rebranding of Livewire as its own entity, laid the groundwork for this exact moment. The learnings from Livewire's successes and setbacks have been folded back into the mothership. Unlike the Livewire one, which was sold almost in isolation from Harley's traditional lineup, the 2026 electric models are integrated fully into the brand's core narrative. They are not alternatives. They are central to what Harley-Davidson is becoming. This repositioning also has significant implications for Harley-Davidson's global footprint. Historically dominant in the American market, Harley has often struggled to gain a consistent foothold in Asia and parts of Europe, where smaller displacement and electric bikes have long been favored. The 2026 lineup is calibrated to appeal internationally. These new bikes are designed with global homologation standards from the ground up, enabling rapid deployment across international markets without extensive retrofitting. For countries like India, Indonesia, and Brazil, where two-wheeled electric transport is accelerating, Harley now has scalable platforms that can resonate both functionally and aspirationally. Further enhancing this global strategy is the brand's pivot to modularity. The electric platforms behind the new Sportster and Fat Boy are modular by design, allowing for future variants without re-engineering the entire motorcycle. This means Harley can introduce new models or region-specific trims at a fraction of the time and cost it would have taken in the combustion era. This modularity will extend to accessories, with Harley planning to introduce a new line of smart components. Adjustable windscreens, climate-adaptive seat warmers, detachable storage units with battery expansion ports, all of which are digitally integrated with the bike's control hub. Perhaps most telling of Harley's long-term vision is how it's treating rider data. The new bikes are effectively data nodes, collecting anonymized information about rider habits, performance metrics, and system diagnostics. This data is being funneled into Harley's growing mobility analytics division to inform everything from product development to safety features and even insurance partnerships. As machine learning becomes more entwined with vehicle design, Harley-Davidson is positioning itself to not just respond to rider needs, but to anticipate them before they arise. The ripple effect across Harley-Davidson's culture is just as significant as the technological and product evolution. Within the company, design language, internal communications, and employee training have all been reshaped to align with the brand's emergent identity. Product managers are now collaborating more closely with software engineers, and traditional dealership technicians are undergoing certification to handle electric diagnostics. This blending of disciplines is turning Harley-Davidson into something that increasingly resembles a technology company with deep mechanical roots. Moreover, Harley is engaging in outreach to younger creative communities, filmmakers, designers, and digital artists to reinterpret what Harley-Davidson stands for in the 21st century. Collaborations with musicians, streetwear brands, and tech influencers are redefining Harley's presence on platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, distancing the brand from stereotypes of old and repositioning it as an avatar of modern cool. These efforts are not mere branding stunts. They are essential to nurturing a new mythology around Harley-Davidson, one built for the age of interconnectivity and climate consciousness. The 2026 motorcycles are also the spearhead of a broader environmental stewardship plan being rolled out under Zeitz's watch. Alongside its electric models, Harley-Davidson is committing to carbon neutrality across its manufacturing plants by the end of the decade. This includes investments in renewable energy, sustainable supply chains, and closed-loop manufacturing processes that minimize waste. The company is even experimenting with battery recycling and reuse programs, acknowledging the full lifecycle impact of electric vehicles. These moves ensure that the 2026 lineup is not only a leap forward in product design, but a pivot point in Harley's corporate ethics. As the release window approaches, the anticipation surrounding these motorcycles continues to build, not just because of what they are, but because of what they represent. They mark a threshold moment for a brand that has carried generations through war, peace, rebellion, and freedom. Now that same brand is leading a charge into a future where mobility is redefined by ethics, intelligence, and inclusion. This isn't a reboot, it's a transformation at every level. Cultural, technological, spiritual. Harley-Davidson is no longer riding on legacy. It is forging a new one. And for the first time in over a century, the sound of the future might not be the roar of pistons, but the quiet hum of power reimagined. As Harley-Davidson charges forward with its 2026 lineup, the deeper mechanics of this strategic transformation reveal a multi-dimensional overhaul that transcends motorcycles themselves. At the core of this effort lies the interweaving of innovation with institution, a feat not easily achieved by heritage brands bound by decades of aesthetic and cultural precedent. Yet, Harley-Davidson, under the guidance of Jochen Zeitz, has not only embraced change, but used it as a springboard to re-engineer its entire operational ecosystem, signaling a corporate maturity fused with creative bravery. The manufacturing changes being rolled out to support these three motorcycles are a significant dimension of Harley's broader shift. Harley-Davidson's assembly plants, particularly in York, Pennsylvania and Menominee Falls, Wisconsin, are undergoing reconfiguration to accommodate a new class of machinery. Electric motorcycles demand vastly different assembly line logic than internal combustion ones. This includes precision systems for battery integration, advanced cooling module placement, and sensor-laden electronics that must be calibrated to sub-millimeter tolerances. Harley's facilities are adapting by automating specific phases of production, integrating machine learning-powered quality control systems, and investing heavily in worker training programs tailored to EV assembly standards. This transformation also involves a supply chain renaissance. In the age of electric mobility, supply chains are not just about securing parts, they're about securing relationships with technology providers, battery manufacturers, rare earth material processors, and software vendors. Harley-Davidson has moved swiftly to realign its sourcing channels, forming joint ventures with suppliers of next-generation lithium iron phosphate LFP batteries and solid-state technology developers. These partnerships will be essential to delivering on performance promises while ensuring environmental compliance, cost efficiency, and consistent scalability. Even the financial architecture around these new models is changing. Harley-Davidson Finance is rolling out specialized electric vehicle financing plans with flexible rates and tiered insurance packages that reflect the reduced maintenance and lower operational costs of EV motorcycles. Riders will also have access to bundled packages that include home charger installations, discounted rates at affiliated charging networks, and long-term service warranties specifically tailored for electric powertrains. This financial framework doesn't just support adoption. It encourages long-term brand loyalty by reducing the friction that often accompanies first-time EV ownership. With the 2026 models positioned as technological flagships, Harley-Davidson is also turning its attention to the broader ecosystem of mobility. A pivotal component of this expansion is the development of connected services. The Electric Sportster and Fat Boy are equipped with vehicle-to-everything V2X technology, allowing them to communicate with infrastructure, traffic signals, and potentially even other vehicles in real time. This positions Harley-Davidson at the cutting edge of intelligent transport systems, an area once thought irrelevant to the brand's rugged outlaw image. These V2X capabilities serve both performance and safety objectives. For instance, riders can receive alerts about traffic congestion, hazardous road conditions, or emergency braking events occurring in nearby vehicles. Through geofencing technology, motorcycles can also automatically switch to low-power modes or noise reduction settings when entering residential or high-pollution areas, making them ideal candidates for expanding urban zones where internal combustion motorcycles are increasingly restricted or outright banned. Harley-Davidson's technological diversification is not confined to hardware. The company is also investing in software ecosystems that enhance rider autonomy and engagement. Through Harley's proprietary mobile platform, re-engineered for the 2026 launch, owners will gain access to a suite of digital tools including trip planning, social ride coordination, maintenance scheduling, and battery health analytics. These digital features are built around a rider-first philosophy, wherein ownership becomes an ongoing experience rather than a one-time transaction. The app will feature gamified elements as well, rewarding riders for achievements such as completing specific ride challenges, exploring new routes, or maintaining energy-efficient habits. A new digital layer is being laid over the rider community itself. With the 2026 rollout, Harley-Davidson is also launching HD Pulse, a connected rider network that functions as both a social platform and technical resource. HD Pulse allows riders to form local and global communities, share routes, download custom performance modes, and even live stream their rides. As immersive technologies mature, Harley plans to integrate augmented reality overlays into rider helmets and mobile devices, enabling real-time visual data like navigation prompts, hazard alerts, and fellow rider positioning, offering the kind of visibility once limited to professional motorsport environments. This leap into augmented mobility is already prompting Harley to redefine its relationship with customer service and brand advocacy. The company is piloting a concierge-style support system for EV riders, offering 24/7 live support with certified electric vehicle specialists who can remotely diagnose issues, push updates, or schedule repairs. This white-glove approach is designed to elevate the ownership experience, reinforcing the idea that Harley-Davidson is no longer just a motorcycle brand. It's a premium mobility provider offering lifestyle and technological integration at every touchpoint. From a design perspective, Harley is entering what could be called its neo-industrial era. The look and feel of the Electric Sportster and Fat Boy introduce a bold aesthetic dialect, a blend of muscular forms, lightweight materials, and minimalist features that strip down bulk while preserving impact. Designers are now free from the spatial tyranny of combustion engines and fuel tanks, exploring asymmetrical layouts, integrated lighting, and sculpted battery enclosures that serve as both structure and statement. There's also an intentional use of texture, raw alloys, brushed metals, and exposed fasteners that give the bikes a tactile, almost mechanical sincerity despite their digital core. The return of the Electra Glide 2 has benefited from this design evolution. Its bodywork features revised aerodynamic contours developed through computational fluid dynamics, CFD simulations, reducing wind resistance and improving fuel economy over long distances. Subtle shifts in material usage, composite fairings, lightweight subframes, and noise-insulated panels help mitigate fatigue and vibration, enhancing comfort for touring enthusiasts without compromising the sense of presence. The iconic Batwing fairing remains, but it's been reshaped with modern cues and functional air channels that adjust dynamically based on speed. Harley-Davidson's approach to sustainability extends to the very materials used in these 2026 models. Recycled aluminum, biocomposite plastics, and vegan leather alternatives are integrated across the lineup. The company is also working on biodegradable packaging for parts and is testing carbon-negative shipping options for certain markets. By incorporating these details into their product launches, Harley demonstrates that sustainability isn't just a tagline. It's becoming an embedded part of its brand identity. If you liked this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. Also, leave your comments below and tell us, What are your thoughts on Harley's Electra Glide comeback? We want to hear from you. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.